everybody? It's your girl, Sofia back here on Sofia's Football Talk to do another round of transfer news. As you know, even though the Euros are still going on pretty strong, it's still nice to talk about the transfer news. To be fair, not really much big things happening other than yesterday with the Olise news, which I did kind of already address in the watch along yesterday. But there's some other more information in regards to that and some other news that I would like to dive into. So if you want, of course, make sure you want to keep watching this video or to get all the good stuff, then hey, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you also feel free, of course, to join the SFT membership. Link is in the description, but I need to zoom in a little bit or zoom out a little bit. But yeah, big up to everybody that's here. Big up to NS Sports TV. Nippon, hope you're doing well. Big up to you. So, Lord, I mean, like I said, hasn't been much like any major stuff happening in regards to like football news with some of the biggest clubs out there just yet. I think if it wasn't a Euros going on, we probably would be hearing a lot more. But because there are, the Euros still going, of course, and a lot of the players that have been linked with different teams are in fact playing, whether in the Euros or Copa America, just to name a few. But Olise, I did mention this yesterday, and we have Chelsea fan Nippon here says he didn't reject us. We walked away from the deal. Okay, we'll talk about it. That is your opinion. I don't think it's as easy as that you just walked away. I don't think so. I don't think so. I generally believe he rejected the. He rejected Newcastle as well. He rejected Palace. I mean, technically, we seem to have been out of it a while ago either way, but hey, L did get rejected. I know how it feels, but you did get rejected. Either way, Ornstein dropped this bomba of a news yesterday. Michael Olise has chosen to join Bayern Munich among three clubs. Were Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Newcastle. They were the ones heavily in for him. To contact Crystal Palace last week and now expected to agree deal with Crystal Palace for 22-year-old winger whose contract includes release clause. So that was the news from David Ornstein and The Athletic. Big up to Triple M. Hope you're doing well. Yes, you brother. Oh, whatever you might need for your copium, you do that. And Fabrizio Romano tweeted earlier today, Bayern have informed Crystal Palace already yesterday about formal process to trigger the release clause for Michael Olise, 45 million fixed fee for Crystal Palace, I believe in pounds, and then 5 million in add-ons, also part of the deal. Personal terms agreed yesterday over 5-year deals. So whatever Vincent Kompany's cooking at Bayern right now, they're like, you know what? We're going to redeem ourselves. We had the first season in years where we haven't won a single trophy. We're going to make sure that ain't happening again. I also been hearing that they've been linked with Hakan Çalhanoğlu. I'm so bad at pronouncing the name. But the Inter midfielder, I hope he doesn't go. I think he's been so good for the Inter since joining from Milan on a free about 3 years ago now, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, either way though, it is a very good, I think for Olise, good move. Potentially. I think so. He can definitely help them out with winning those shows again. I'm not going to say 100% they're going to win Bundesliga. Maybe they'll win a cup or something, just slowly getting back there. But I'll definitely keep a close eye on what Kompany is cooking with that Bayern team for sure, 100%. I did watch a lot of Bayern games already this season in Leverkusen, Dortmund here and there, so I'll definitely for sure be watching more. Yes. And of course, he's going to be on Bayern bench. Well, maybe that could be the case, but he's still very young, and there are of course some of the more senior um, players there that at some point will have to leave. So we have to wait and see. But they still have, of course, a vast variety of players to pick from to choose between. So they'll be okay. But Olise, I would have loved to have him at Man United, but I'm not gonna sit there and cry about it. I'm just glad that Chelsea didn't get him. Go to Bayern. Shine at Bayern. Go. Spread your wings. Kaka. That's all. We'll definitely keep you guys posted on how it all will go. But it looks to be that we're probably now, Man United will, that the right wing position won't necessarily be a big priority for us to try to get, because the board looks to be, or at least Omar Berardo will try to, you know, make sure that Amad Diallo will be a big part of Man United squad next season. We know this past season, he wasn't heavily favored by Ten Hag, but Uncle Eric, you need to make sure he plays. Okay? Okay? Because when he has played, he's looked pretty solid. Some games, very, very good. So I do not have a problem with him trying to lock down that right hand side. Could also play in the 10 if needs be. So I hope this upcoming season right now, can be where Ahmad will just finally break through and make, you know, the first team spot for Man United on that right wing. I hope so. I hope so. We have to wait and see, of course. Speaking of Man United, looks to be that Zirkzee will probably be the first Ineos signing. Um, Reported by Sky Sports News, Manchester United are now leading the race to sign Joshua Zirkzee ahead of other clubs. I know that he's been heavily linked to Milan. Obviously plays for Bologna, you know, kind of instilled with that Italian culture. So it wouldn't be like a big, you know, what should I say, big move, like a big, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's a word, but I just can't think of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it won't be maybe the biggest change for him having to just go from Bologna to Milan, if that makes sense. It's just obviously a better club, better opportunities. But when it comes to going to Man United, it will be, of course, different country, whole different league, difference in style of play, physicality, of course. He's 23 years old, so still very young, for sure. I've seen, to be fair, I cannot sit there and say I know a lot about it. I've seen two Bologna games. That was when they were playing Inter this past season. And he became the match winner for one of those games, the first fixture, when he scored at the end, obviously. I think it might have been 92nd. I remember he did. But that's also the only game Inter has lost in the whole of Serie A this past season. So that kind of says a lot. But other than that, I haven't seen much of him. But from what I have seen, he does look decent. For the right price, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I would prefer having a more older striker, somebody that a Halen could learn off of. It'll be interesting to see how they'll integrate him into the team. Okay? So it looks to be that Man United want to agree personal terms with Joshua Zirkzee before triggering his 34 million release clause. So, yeah. And then Talk Sports, Alex Crook reported United are in negotiation with Zirkzee's agent, Kia Jor Jorapchian. I might be butchering that name, but sorry, over a potential switch to Old Trafford. Zirkzee is believed to be open to a move to the Premier League. But then there was also something else reported by Sean Webley. It's okay. Zirkzee, he has asked Man United how they see him fitting in at the club alongside Rasmus Højlund. uncensored role the Dutchman has at any club will be deciding factor for him rather than any financial guarantees. So, which I completely get. You kind of, we just got a striker last season, right? For 70 plus million. Okay? A lot of money. He's been, I would say, decent, but we want to see more. How will you be able to integrate both of them into the team? How? Are we going to play in the two striker system, or are we going to try to have, okay, Halen playing some games and then Zirkzee playing other games, or they kind of have them interchange between the games? Somebody plays for maybe the first 45, 50, 60 minutes, and then the other one comes on later in the second half. I don't know. But I just hope that whether we are fully going to get him, just make sure that that can happen before preseason so that we have him ready. And also, it does depend on how far Netherlands go into the Euros as well, of course, because after that, there'll be they'll need to have a few weeks break, of course. So, yeah, we will be having a bunch of our squad still missing throughout a preseason for sure, but you'll get to have some of the youngsters coming in. Hopefully, we'll see a Harry Amas, the 16-year-old. I think he might be 17 now. A left back getting to join preseason US tour. Hey, because 2 seasons ago you had Ganacho having his breakthrough. Last season, not Ahmed, Menu. And then hopefully this upcoming season it'll be Harry Amas or somebody, maybe a Wheatley as well, the striker. We'll have to wait and see. But Zirkzee, like I said, I can't sit there and say, yes, 100% get him, or no, you shit, don't get him, because I haven't seen that much. But I would have wanted it to be an Ivan Toney. Looks to be he's been heavily now more so linked with a move to Spurs. So that might be happening instead. I don't know. You have to wait and see. Big up to one of our member, Broderick Fall. Hope you're doing well. Triple M's thoughts on Zirkzee as a player. I kind of already mentioned that I've seen 2 games. And in sports, is there a rejected player you've been hurt by in the past? Ooh, probably. I think there's been Bear. I'm trying to think right now that we've been rejected by. Can't really think of it right now. But 100% there has to be some for sure. Apart from the Netherlands, who are you supporting in the Euros? Portugal. Always for 20 years now, it's always been Netherlands and Portugal. Portugal and Netherlands. Big, big, big fan. I have no type of connection in regards to like nationality or ethnicity, anything like that. No, I just have always been a fan of those playing styles, the players. I mean, look, Schneider, Arjen Robben Van Persie. Okay, come on. There's Bear players. Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo is my favorite player of all time, of course, but I've always loved Luis Figo, Deco, Pep or Pepe. Yeah. Big, 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 big fan of those 2 nations for sure. So if either one of them wins, I'll be very, 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 very happy. Indeed. 100% I'll be happy indeed. Yes, yes, yes. So that'll be good. But we have to wait and see, of course. Yes. Let's move on to the next topic. There was also another one that dropped while we were live, or as we started live, but we'll talk about this first. But yeah, get the likes up, by the way, if I haven't. I kind of said it already at the beginning, but do hit the likes up, and of course, also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Still on the road to 3K subscribers, so let's make it happen. We got 12 likes so far. Can we get it to 20? Let's make it happen. But Nico Williams, got in the middle here. Several clubs have asked for information on Nico Williams in the recent months, even before the Euros. This is reported by Fabrizio Romano, by the way. Chelsea had him on short list already last summer. Then they wanted Palmer. Arsenal, Liverpool discussed Nico. few months ago, Barcelona keep Nico on their short list. Liverpool are one of the clubs interested in Nico Williams. But then later, reported by, I believe, Ryan Taylor Sports, Chelsea retained strong interest but concerned deal isn't financially viable for them. So that might be a little bit tricky. Arsenal and Barcelona, obviously, interested as well. And I believe Liverpool, like I said, also heavily interested. But there are reports saying that he might, I mean, right now he's focusing just on the Euros. I was watching the Spain game, his Italy, you know, 2 days ago, and he played exceptionally good. It was just kind of like the final that was lacking a little bit, but to be fair, played well, played very well. Exciting player. Plays for Athletic Bilbao. They won, was it Copa del Rey? I believe they won. Incredible. A big part of that with his brother Inaki Williams, to mention a few, and Ander Herrera, of course. But Nico Williams, I would have loved to as well have him at Man United. I think his release clause, it might be release clause at around 50 million. So that is a pretty good price, but it could be the wages that might be an issue for what he's asking for. And if you also think about the agent fees as well, that is something that you have to indeed take into account for sure, 100%. But an interesting player indeed, exciting player, wonderful talent, great potential. He might stay Athletic Bilbao. That kind of is maybe reports saying that he will stay there, but we'll see. I mean, I feel like we will probably hear. It might be a bit more like slow now as the Euros and Copa America is going on. But I think after once they get into preseason, we might hear a bit more of what should I say? Sign, clubs signing new players and whatnot. Big up to everything. Carpi, I don't know if you're new here, but big up to you. That name does not sound familiar, so big up. I see Newcastle want Kevin Lewin. I heard that as well. Maybe that's Everton's player they're selling, so don't need to sell Brentwaite. That could be, because we're still, that whole Brentwaite situation with Man United, it looks to be we're trying to put up a second bid. I don't think we've done it just yet, but or maybe we have, but we said that, okay, if y'all don't accept in like 24 to 48 hours, we gonna leave. The fact that we're moving like that, we are shameless because they don't need to be fair, they don't want to sell. So I don't know why we're acting like the cards are in, you know, on our side. But then again, I kind of think it's funny because sometimes, no, for many years, because of Dan Woodward, a lot of clubs just think we're dumb, which we have been, respectfully. The way we have been moving, we have been very, very dumb. And of course, I see you. I'm trying to just go in between, but I do see your comments, okay? I see it. I see it. I see it. If y'all want it to be fair, I'm not able to read every single comment. So if people want to feel like 100% make sure that your comments are being read out, then feel free to send it to super chat because that's kind of the easiest way to have the comments being read out. But I'm trying. Triple M says, would you take Sane at United since Bayern are getting Olise? Oh, for the right price? Maybe. Potentially. I wouldn't mind for the right price, but I'm a bit unsure. Let's see here. What are your thoughts on England? Are you one of those fans that are praying for a downfall? No. I always said after Man United, after Portugal, Netherlands, England is also like maybe the third team that I would want to win and do well. I like England. But with Southgate, they are playing horrendous football. Everton Carpi says, Man United have agreed personal terms with Brentwood. If Everton didn't want to sell, why give United permission to talk to him? That's a good point. We did, we did agree. But, you could technically still kind of talk to players here and there, but sometimes teams can, of course, shut it down if they're not okay with it, I believe. But they're like, hey, he ain't for sale. But we have to wait and see. There's definitely some stuff happening. For the right price, I would be fine with rent weight, but if we overpay, that will definitely make me very annoyed. So hopefully we will not overpay. Because if we do, long day. There was also another news in regards to Chelsea that I wanted to talk about. Oh, no, let me not move over to that because Fabrizio Romano just tweeted about Nico Williams, a quote, Nico Williams on his future. This is a direct quote, by the way. I've just signed a new deal at Athletic a few weeks ago. I feel very good there. I'm very happy at Athletic, told LA1. It's very strange to receive questions on my future. Okay. I mean, yeah, he did sign a new contract indeed a few weeks ago, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you still aren't going. So we just have to wait and see. But so I think we're just gonna move over to a different topic here. There we go. Cristiano um, did tweet about Chelsea getting a new player. William Estevao joined Chelsea from July 2025 from Palmeiras. Deal signed as revealed earlier today. Huge one for Chelsea future with 2007 born gem. 2007. So when he was born in 2007, I was 12. I'm realizing how, as time goes, as time flies, the players are just getting more and more younger than me. At some stage, I'll be older than a lot of these professional players. That makes me a little bit like moving away from seeing a lot of the players that I grew up with will slowly start to retire. We already seen a couple of them, you know, or a lot of them to be fair, but there's still more that hasn't retired yet. But damn, that's sad. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, so in regards to the deal with Chelsea for William Estevao, I think I might mispronounce it, but regardless, 35 million fixed fee, I think in euros, 6 million add-ons based on apps with Palmeiras, 70 million add-ons based on being multi-season starter at Chelsea, 4 million difficult add-ons, contract until 2033. How old am I in 2033? Okay, in 2030, I'll be 35. So plus 3 years, 38. Oh my God. If my math isn't bad, 30. Oh my God. Yes, of course, it's just about saying plus 9 years from now. So I'll be 38. Damn. But either way, so this is why I'm kind of saying you're saying that you couldn't pay for Olise, but you decided to pay a significant amount on a young, not really proven young Brazilian, which you won't really have playing until next year. I think that's mad to me. I agree, Broderick Fall. It is mad. And as far as Norway will always be number one, though, right? Norway doesn't do anything. I've grown up, okay, since the early 2000s. The last time Norway even was in a tournament, that was the year 2000. I was 5. I don't remember it. So for me, I don't really have I mean, I want to see Norway in a big tournament. I think probably the thing is, though, I know that they won't go really far and do much, but it would be nice to see it. But I'm not gonna. Would I say they're number one? I can't say it until I have them be there. Okay, that's kind of where I'm at. But we have to wait and see. I think we're just gonna might end it here. Not really much other news. I mean, looks to be that Man is still working on trying to get João Neves from Benfica. That's something that's going on. Looks to be that Lenny Oro probably speaking Real Madrid, in which I am. Todibo with the whole UEFA co-ownership clubs, da 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 da. He probably might not come to Man United as things stand. So a lot is happening. A lot is happening. But we have to wait and see. Okay. But yeah, I'll be basically back in a few hours regardless. Because in about 30 minutes, I will be watching Turkey versus Portugal. And I'll be doing a reaction straight after. So we're not going to do a watch along for that. We'll just do a reaction straight after the game. So if you don't want to miss out on my thoughts on the game, then make sure that you, of course, subscribe, hit on the notification bell button, like this stream, because this stream here is going to redirect you to the stream, that one. So make sure you like that one. And I'll see you guys in a few hours. Peace out, everybody. And we'll see you guys very, very soon. We go.